is your RTC Weekly Download. Hello and welcome to the Weekly Download. I'm Jim Dolan. Today we're going off to the weekday afternoons. That's the women's part of the day. To listen to a couple of soap operas for you. First, it's Backstage Wife, and Julie Dixon is bitter that Rupert Barlow is planning a cruise. And Maud Marlowe urges Mary Noble to go to Larry in Hollywood. So that's a mouthful or two. Those are from 1951. So, well, that's coming up first. And then, after that, the marriage. How they met and married, and that's from 1952. So now it's off to Soapland.
And now, Backstage Wife, the story of Mary Noble and what it means to be the wife of a famous star. Wealthy Rupert Barlow's efforts to add Mary Noble to his list of romantic conquests hasn't succeeded in spite of all his concentration on the matter. And this only adds to his stubborn determination to have his own way, even though it should mean the breakup of the marriage of Mary and Larry Noble. And the past several days have encouraged Rupert to believe he's making headway at last. Right now, in his magnificent country house at Oyster Bay, Long Island, we find him talking with his attractive housekeeper, Julia Dixon, as he walks toward the boat dock on the edge of his estate. And we hear...
Must you walk so fast, Rupert? I'm getting out of breath.
Oh, my dear Julia, do forgive me. I came out this morning for the purpose of having a short but bracing walk down to the water and back.
And I suppose that means that you had no wish to have me intrude and join you.
Oh, on the contrary, Julia. I'm delighted with your company, as always.
Is that why you take such pains to stay away most of the time?
Oh, come now, Julia. Must we start every talk with a chip on the shoulder? This is such a lovely morning. There's even a touch of spring in the air. Although I don't suppose it can be counted on.
These past months have given me the feeling that nothing in this world is to be counted on.
What a gloomy view you take of things.
Particularly promises made to me some 10 years ago.
Oh, now, Julia.
Will you please not always say, now, Julia, when I remind you that I've given up 10 of the most important years of my life. Do you recall through those long years the number of times you begged me to be patient, that we'll be married as soon as you can manage it? Only you never do. And I know now that you never meant to from the beginning, Rupert.
Now, Julia...
Stop saying that. You've used me as a convenience. I've managed to take complete charge of your home, run it smoothly so you can come and go at will, without being bothered about tiresome domestic details.
Well, when it comes to that, Julia, try to remember that you're not the only person in the world capable of managing a country estate.
So that's it. You do think of me as merely another member of your domestic staff. Well, at last you've admitted it.
Julia, I've admitted nothing. But I may say that I'm tired of having you complain every time I come home. It's far from pleasant, Julia. I do wish you'd curb the tendency.
Of course, Rupert. I understand that you shouldn't be faced by anything unpleasant. It's bad for you, isn't it, dear?
Has it occurred to you, my sweet, that our conversations of late have been rather tiresome? You ought to get out more, Julia. See people. Get away from the dull routine of your daily life. You're becoming morbid in your thoughts.
Indeed. Well, how nice of you to point that out. I'll try to take your advice. After all, Rupert, I'll have considerable time to myself for the next month or two, won't I?
Well, I don't know quite what you mean by that. Although I do hope that your duties here don't keep you tied down to an unreasonable extent.
Oh, I wasn't thinking of that. Just that when you leave for your Caribbean cruise, I shall be free to go about as I please.
Oh. Well, yes, that is, if I decide to go on the cruise.
I understood that your yacht was waiting in the East River in New York now, ready to leave at a moment's notice.
I've put the boat in commission, Julia, that's true. But I haven't as yet decided where to go, or how long to be away.
I suppose it depends on how long it'll take to persuade Mary Noble to leave her husband, Larry.
What?
Isn't that what you intended to do? What other reason can you have to hire detectives to report on Larry Noble while he's out in Hollywood making a movie?
Who told you such a story? Where did you hear this absurd tale?
Stories do get around, Rupert, particularly when you're involved.
I demand to know who's been telling you these lies.
Are you sure they're lies, Rupert? Haven't you been getting daily reports from a certain private investigator in New York by the name of Irving Morse? Shall I give you his address and his telephone number?
How did you find out about this?
I told you that a man in your position, Rupert, can't possibly behave as though he were invisible. Everything you do is certain to be aired and thoroughly reported.
Julia, this is an outrage. I will not have people prying into my business and gossiping about my affairs.
I'm sorry if I've upset you with my question, but, well, I thought, of course, it must be public knowledge.
It's preposterous. I forbid you to mention this to a living soul, Julia.
Forbid? Well, that's a strong word, Rupert. And if I should neglect to obey?
Then you will be on your own. I will not be responsible for traitors in my own household.
My, what brave words. But consider them from my viewpoint, if that's possible. What have I to lose in any case? When you manage to find evidence that Larry Noble has strayed from the narrow path, your bloodhounds will close in on him, won't they, my dear? And then you'll be free to console your beloved Mary in your own way.
Julia, you don't know what you're talking about. Mary Noble would be utterly horrified if she could hear what you're saying.
Oh, now really, Rupert. You take me for a complete imbecile? Don't you think you've been so clever in winning Mary Noble to your side? Don't you realize that she's been playing cat and mouse with you from the beginning, and you're eagerly reaching for the bait?
This kind of talk is disgusting, Julia. I don't want to hear any more of it.
Oh, very well. I know that nothing I can say or do will stop you. But I want you to understand that I'm not entirely blind to what's happening.
And I demand to know where you got this preposterous story of detectives and spying and...
Does it matter, Rupert? Surely you aren't going to try to convince me that I'm wrong. It'd be useless to do that. Only it does seem rather a rough deal for poor Larry Noble. Someone really ought to warn him to watch his step.
Julia, I will not have you interfering in my... Wait! Julia! Come back here, Julia!
I've wasted too much time already, Rupert. I mustn't neglect my household duties. Will you try to let me know whether you'll be home for dinner?
I won't be home for dinner. I'm sorry I came here at all. This place is worse than a hornet's nest.
And Rupert Barlow continues his walk alone, worried and furious over his housekeeper Julia Dixon's words. Meantime, in Hollywood, where Larry Noble is making a moving picture, we find the actor between scenes talking to Sam Marco, director and partner of the firm. We hear...
That was a good scene, Larry. Or I miss my guess.
I hope so, Mr. Marco.
No, Sam to you, Larry. It's time we got to be friends.
Good, Sam.
Larry, about that little matter I was talking about the other day, remember?
That action scene where I walk over and grab the fellow by the throat?
No, I'm not talking about this picture. Just leave everything to me. We're getting on fine. Almost 2 full days ahead of schedule, and the rushes are coming out great. You see, I'm telling you this frankly, Larry, so you won't think I'm trying to pull a fast one on you. I know that the next contract you get for a picture out here will have an up salary. That's okay. That's as it should be.
Well, I'm glad you think so.
On the other hand, bear in mind that it was Marco and Franklin that got you out here in the first place.
I haven't forgotten for a minute, Sam.
Now, you may not think we went overboard with what we're paying for this picture, but you've got to understand it's a low-budget picture. With plenty of class, it won't do you a bit of harm, you understand?
Perfectly. Only hope you're right.
Larry, I've been talking it over with Franklin. We'd like to sit down with you one of these days and talk turkey. How about it? What do you say?
Anytime you say, Sam. Anytime at all.
Good for you. You won't regret it. We'll see you get a square deal. Only be sure you don't talk to anybody else before we talk it over. Some of these agents out here would make you think they could sell the Golden Gate Bridge. You steer clear of those smart boys, Larry.
I won't make any promises about my future plans, Sam, except to say that I'll be more than interested in anything you have in mind. Fair enough?
Yeah, I guess so. Just so as you don't sign somewhere else. Okay, now, Larry, let's get back inside. How about some action, boys? How long are you going to take to rig up those lights?
And at the same time, we find Mary Noble in New York City, where she's visiting her good friend, the actress Maud Marlowe, in her dressing room backstage in a Broadway theater where Maud is appearing in a new play. We hear...
Mary Noble, for heaven's sake, child, what are you doing wandering around New York like this? I thought you were safe at your house in Rosehaven.
I came in on the train from Long Island, Maud. I had a few things to do, and I wanted to talk to you, too.
Oh, bless your heart, Mary. It's good to see you up and around after that long stay in the hospital. How are you feeling?
All right, I guess.
Well, you look tired. You're not doing too much, are you?
I don't think so. And anyhow, it doesn't matter.
What do you mean it doesn't matter? Of course it matters. After all you've been through week after week in the hospital, wondering if your face was going to be scarred by acid burns.
Oh, wait a minute, Maud. You're way ahead of me. I wasn't trying to be melodramatic. I know only too well how lucky I am to come out of that mess without horrible scars.
Well, thank goodness for that. But what did you mean it doesn't matter?
Oh, if I'm a bit overtired right now, Maud, I'll soon have time to rest. And be looked after in the greatest luxury.
Oh, I thought you said Larry was living in some dreary little down-at-the-heel hotel.
He is.
Well, then. Oh, but of course he'll move, and it's only right that you should have a nice place to stay. Is it tonight you're leaving for Hollywood, dear?
No, Maud. You see, I'm not going to the West Coast after all.
Really? Well, I don't know but what that's sensible. Better to wait a little. Although poor Larry must be fearfully disappointed.
I imagine he'll bear up. He wired me not to come.
What are you talking about, child?
Yes, it's true. But you can't blame him. He's very busy, and he's made lots of new friends. I expect I'd be very much in the way.
I don't understand this, Mary. Then you're going to stay home after all and wait for Larry to finish his picture?
No, Maud. I've decided to accept Rupert Barlow's invitation to be a guest on his yacht.
What?
He's taking a number of people on a cruise in the Caribbean.
Maud Marlowe looks at Mary Noble anxiously, but decides not to speak. Be sure to be listening tomorrow to Backstage Wife, the story of Mary Noble and her husband Larry Noble, famous Broadway star. And now Backstage Wife, the story of Mary Noble and what it means to be the wife of a famous star. A few minutes ago, Mary Noble walked into the dressing room of a Broadway theater where her friend Maud Marlowe is appearing in a new play, and startled the character actress by saying,
Maud, I've decided to accept Rupert Barlow's invitation to be a guest on his yacht. He's taking a number of people on a cruise to the Caribbean.
For several seconds, Maud Marlowe turns around and stares at Mary. Then she turns back to her dressing table mirror and dabs actively at her face. Then, trying to appear casual, she says,
I must say this comes as something of a surprise, Mary. I've been giving you credit for a great deal more common sense.
Maud, you've always been prejudiced against Rupert Barlow.
I admit that.
You won't even give him credit for the kind and generous things he's done. I remember how he came to see me day after day while I was in the hospital.
Are you inferring by that statement, Mary, that your husband, Larry, who might have been expected to be at your bedside, was far away in Hollywood making a motion picture?
Of course not, Maud.
That's good, because you should remember that it was you who maneuvered him into leaving New York.
I felt it would be easier for him. I didn't know then just how badly scarred or disfigured my face would be when they removed the bandages. And I didn't want Larry to suffer waiting for that day.
And so you wrote to Tom Bryson out in Hollywood and asked him to cast around and see if he couldn't find some kind of movie contract for Larry.
Yes, Maud. Larry was getting desperate with worry over me, and over the debts that had been piling up. This was the best way to help him out.
Mm-hmm. Has it ever occurred to you, Mary, that you were rather presumptuous in taking everything into your own hands?
What do you mean, Maud?
Well, you might have allowed Larry to make the decision himself.
I didn't urge him to go to Hollywood.
Didn't you?
Well, I mean, he has no idea I asked Tom Bryson to find him some work. He could have turned the offer down.
Well, he could at that. I've often wondered why he didn't. Seems to me he must have suspected that you wanted to be rid of him.
Rid of him, Maud? Don't you know how I've been counting the days till I can fly out to the coast to meet him?
Well, then, why not go?
Would you if you were in my place?
Yes, Mary. I think it's the only thing to do.
After Larry has stated clearly that he doesn't want me, and after people like Marty Rufus have been writing in his column about Larry and some young actress named Dora Dean, you'd still rush out there?
Mary, if I wanted Larry badly enough, that's what I'd do.
Maud, it's all very well for me to want to be with Larry. But hasn't he some right to decide whether he wants me?
Of course he has. But you can't come to any sensible conclusion when you're separated by the entire continent. These are matters that must be thrashed out in person. You've got to find out what Larry means, what he really wants, and, if possible, why.
But I already know. Of course Larry is grateful to me, because he knows I risked my own life to save him. When I proved that Claudia Vincent was guilty of killing Oliver Wilson.
I remember talking to Larry those first days when you were in the hospital. He was so humble, so terribly in love. I can't find it in my heart to believe he could change in this short time unless something disastrous has happened.
Isn't it fairly obvious what that something is, Maud?
If you mean that young picture actress, I don't believe it for a minute, Mary.
I wasn't thinking of that either. I believe that Larry can't bear to face me, to be reminded of his mistake and being fooled by Claudia Vincent. I understand all that. I can't even say I blame Larry. Although it's horrible for me to accept his decision.
I don't think you should accept it. Not without flying out there to Hollywood and talking it out.
Do you want me to go to him and beg him to take me back?
If necessary, Mary, yes.
If I made it clear that I wanted to hold him, no matter how he felt about me, I'm sure Larry would agree. He feels far too indebted to me to refuse. But you can't make me believe that would be any kind of solution. Larry would come to hate the sight of me.
And so you're going to accept this invitation of Rupert Barlow's to go cruising on his yacht to the Caribbean?
Well, I think it would be silly not to. I can't bear to stay at home where everything is a living reminder of Larry. And I can't afford to just pack up and go away on an expensive trip. Rupert has solved the question for me.
Yes, in his own delightful way. Of course, you know what this will do to Larry when he hears about it.
There's no reason for him to be concerned, Maud.
With a man of Rupert Barlow's reputation, and after all the gossip that's linked your two names?
There'll be other guests on board. And Rupert is even going to engage my nurse from the hospital, Miss Clark, to go with us.
How thoughtful of him, Mary.
At least this will show Larry that I'm not going to make a fuss over his decision. It must have been difficult enough for him to tell me not to fly out to him. This is the simplest way of letting him know it's all right.
Oh, my dear Mary, what roundabout reasoning. Why must you keep on evading the issue? I tell you that you ought to get on that plane for the coast no matter what anybody says. You owe it to yourself, to Larry, and to all the years of your marriage to talk this over quietly, just the two of you.
Mary Noble blinks back the tears she has tried to keep from flowing as Maud Marlowe continues to put on her makeup. At the same time, out in Hollywood, we find Larry Noble crossing the Marco and Franklin lot to his dressing room, where he's been told there's a long-distance call waiting for him. And as he enters, we hear...
Thanks, Joe. I'll get it in here. Hello?
Hello, Larry?
Yeah? Who's this?
Oh, it's Tom Bryson, playwright, friend, companion of your younger years.
Oh, hello, Tom. How's everything back in New York?
Oh, great. Oh, but there's a little something I want to take up with you.
Such as?
I hired a car and driver and went out to see Mary at your home on Long Island.
I told you not to leave your car out here with me when you went back east, Tom.
You babbling about your jughead. This call's costing money.
I thought you were complaining about leaving your car here.
Sure, I bet you did. Now, you just listen to me, Larry, and don't try to put off with these false leads.
All right? What is it you're calling about?
I told you. I've talked to Mary a couple of times.
Tell me the truth, Tom. How is she? Has she really come out of this mess as well as she says?
Well, that depends on your point of view, Larry.
How does she look? How does she feel? Is she going to be all right?
Your telegram to her didn't help her any.
Oh? I thought it would relieve her mind a lot.
Listen, friend. What's the big idea of telling Mary not to come out there to join you? What kind of a message is that?
I thought it was the only decent thing to do, under the circumstances.
What circumstances? You wire knocked that poor kid for a loop. She had her plane ticket to come to Hollywood. She was all full of excitement till she got your message. Now, I've known you a long time, Larry. We've worked together on a lot of shows and all. But this is, well, it's way outside the limit.
Look here, Tom. I think you ought to keep out of this particular setup. It's strictly family business.
I realize that. But you're way out there in Hollywood, and you don't know what happened when your wire got here. I do. I think it's a rotten deal for her, after all she's been through.
Mary knows better than that, Tom. She knows darn well why I sent that wire. It's the least I could do for her.
The least you could do? After she risked her life for you just to get you out of a jam with Claudia Vincent?
I see your point, Tom. From where you sit, it must seem very logical. But you don't know the whole story.
I don't think I want to know it, Larry.
All right, then. Just let Mary work it out her own way.
Her way?
That's right. If Mary really wanted to come out here, it would be different.
I've just explained. She had her plane ticket. She was all set. I'm telling you, she's been sunk ever since she heard from you.
Sure.
Haven't you any more to say than that?
I don't think so, Tom. Except that you'll do well to stay out of this.
Oh, that's a great answer. Would it interest you to know that Mary's accepted an invitation from Rupert Barlow to go cruising through the Caribbean on his yacht?
She has? Well, it'll probably do her a lot of good.
What's wrong with you, Larry? I don't believe that some young hero worshiper like this Dora Dean I've been reading about has turned your head, but if she has, well, you ought to get your head examined right away.
Don't you worry about Dora Dean. And don't try to use her as a scapegoat. There's no reason to bring her into this.
I agree. But I still can't understand what's happened to you.
Remember, it was you who persuaded me to come to Hollywood, Tom. To leave Mary in the hospital and take this movie assignment.
Yes. I wish I'd never lifted a finger to get you out there. I thought you'd have more sense than to accept.
Maybe I would have. If I didn't know that it was Mary who wrote to ask you to get me out here. 2,000 miles away from her.
What? Say that again.
I can't. I've got to get back. Just think it over, Tom, and stay out of this. Things are working out just the way Mary planned them. Goodbye.
Larry, wait.
And all the time, I'm supposed to be the actor of the family.
Larry Noble feels that he's being put into an indefensible position since he thinks his wife Mary is having detectives shadow him so she can get evidence for a divorce. Well, be sure to be listening tomorrow to Backstage Wife, the story of Mary Noble and her husband Larry Noble, famous Broadway star.
Now here's something else to think about.
And now for some shopping instructions from Meredith Wilson and his Talking People.
Talking People, you've been talking about the Jell-O family since last October, and you're getting pretty darn good.
Oh, sure. We can laugh together, ho-ho, and we can cry together, ooh-hoo-hoo, and we can shimmer together.
Starting with strawberry,
raspberry, cherry, orange, lemon, lime, Jell-O. Never make a mistake.
How's that?
Well, hardly ever. And nobody makes a mistake when they ask for the famous Jell-O family of desserts.
No, sir. There's regular Jell-O puddings, smooth and luscious.
And Jell-O tapioca puddings.
Full of personality.
And dimples.
And there's Jell-O,
the world's most famous shimmering dessert.
So colorful for your holiday table. Better have plenty on hand because Jell-O is easy to prepare and it's so doggone good. Get Jell-O with the big red letters on the box in all 6 of those shimmering, delicious flavors. Starting with strawberry,
raspberry, cherry, orange, lemon, lime, Jell-O. But you won't like Jell-O. Whoa, no, not much.
Now it's time to eavesdrop on the marriage.
The National Broadcasting Company takes pleasure in presenting a new series starring Jessica Tandy and Hume Cronin as Anne and James Wallace in The Marriage. When you look ahead, marriage promises to be a cavalcade of historic events. But when you look back on it, you sometimes find that the apparently uneventful has become the unforgettable. Any way you look at it, marriage remains the most popular domestic arrangement among friendly people. And that brings us to our story of Anne and James.
I don't know about this business of love at first sight. When I was introduced to Anne, I only thought that she was a nice girl with attractive eyes, and I said, "How do you do?" And I looked around the room for something with a little more yumph. I was very young. I left her at her door that night with a feeling of respect for her intelligence, which means, of course, that she'd listened prettily while I went over the fine points in the case of the State of New York versus Hutchins, Hogan, and Prosnick, which I was working on at the time. Very interesting case, too. Well, anyway, I walked to the subway and I forgot all about her. No one was more surprised than I when I called her in the morning and asked her for a date. And on that rainy night 3 weeks later in the hallway of her apartment house, if anybody had told me that I was going to ask her to marry me, well, I would have said he was crazy.
Good night, James.
Good night, Anne.
Good night, James.
Good night, Anne.
Oh, good night, James.
Good night, Anne.
You'd better go now, James. This time you'd really better.
Why? You worried about old what's-her-name, landlady?
Mrs. Grady? Well, she's awake. That's her radio.
Well, what of it?
A girl who lives alone has to be careful of her reputation.
Hee. How's your reputation?
James, stop that. With Mother coming to town tomorrow, I don't want Mrs. Grady giving her a lot of ideas.
Well, she can't do that. That's slander and defamation of character. Oh, I love that perfume. Don't ever use any other kind.
Oh, it's easy for you. You don't live here. I do. And you're not a single girl. I am.
I defy Mrs. Grady. Mrs. Grady, I defy...
James, please.
Sorry.
Let's say goodnight now. I mean, really. I'm so wet.
Look, come on. Stand over here. There. Now. Comfortable? Oh, how I hate apartment houses. When we get married, let's get a house. I don't care how small or how far away.
I beg your pardon?
What?
What did you just say?
Hate apartments like houses?
You mentioned marriage.
Oh, of course, married first. You can't just ignore convention.
James, dear, a girl likes to be asked.
Oh, but I took it for granted that you...
Well, that's just it.
Oh, well, then I better ask you.
That would be nice.
I don't think I'm going to be very good at this.
Try.
Well, here goes. Dear Anne, caught as I am between Mrs. Grady inside and the rain outside. No, that's forget about that. That's not right.
Well, it did sound a little as though you were trapped.
Anne, darling, if this was somewhere where it isn't, if the sun was shining and the birds sang instead of Mrs. Grady's radio, and I had my arm around you and we were alone, I'd kiss you and then I'd kiss you again. I'd tell you that I loved the color of your hair and the way you laughed and how gentle and wise you are. Does this sound as though I were taking inventory?
Go on.
And then, when I'd found the courage and the right words, I'd just come out and say it.
What would you say?
Anne, please marry me. Well?
You mean it's my turn?
You only have to say yes.
Is that all?
Well, I suppose you could say no. I'd rather you didn't.
Doesn't it matter whether I love you?
Oh, yes, of course. We'd better establish that first, because...
James, will you kiss me?
Well, don't be silly.
And now, good night, darling. Oh, I hope I have my key.
But you can't do that.
Can't a girl sleep on it? It's very late, and besides, I have to meet Mother early in the morning.
Anne, now I asked you. You have to answer. You can't just turn me off like a faucet. I've got to know where I stand.
In a puddle, darling.
Oh, no. You know what I mean.
James, Mother arrives tomorrow. I want you to meet her.
Yeah, but I'm proposing to you.
It's going to seem a little strange to her, my knowing you such a short time, and, well, she never approved of my coming to New York to begin with. And if Father had been alive, he would have forbidden it.
Why?
Well, after all, in Fitchburg, Massachusetts, New York is considered rather a dangerous place to send one's daughter all by herself, especially to study art. Mother's hardly reconciled to that, and now...
And if she doesn't like me, would that make a difference to you?
Of course it wouldn't make any difference to me.
Thank you, darling. Of course, it is possible that she could resist me.
Why do you insist that Mama will dislike you?
Well, it's just the circumstances. You pointed them out yourself. You know what I mean.
Are you sure there isn't something sinister about you that an inexperienced girl wouldn't notice, but that her mother would?
Not at all. As a matter of fact, middle-aged ladies usually like me very much.
Oh, don't brag.
Not bragging. I'm only trying to reassure you. Anne, dear, I want to marry you more than anything else in the world. Now, do you or do you not feel the same way about me?
Must I answer yes or no, Counselor?
No, of course not.
Dear James. Dear impulsive man. I don't know you at all, really.
But you will.
No, don't interrupt. I don't know you at all. But even now, here in this shabby hallway with Mrs. Grady listening and the rain running off my collar and down my neck, I think I love you very, very much. Will that do?
Yes, Anne. Yes, that's terribly nice to know. I may burst with happiness.
I don't know what it was. This talk of marriage 3 weeks after meeting James was something I didn't expect. And yet, looking back, I think I had a feeling about him the moment we met at the party. James pretended to be so sophisticated and devil-may-care. Well, I just wanted to mother him. I don't know exactly when I stopped feeling simply maternal and got a younger feeling when I started loving him. Well, I met the train from Fitchburg. and told Mother I was thinking of marrying James. Oh, dear. Her face got set the way it had when I told her I was going to New York. Poor Mama. I knew that she was going to be hard on James. Even so, I couldn't wait to exhibit him. My James. But as that wouldn't be possible until the evening, I introduced her to my next most prized possession, my apartment.
Doesn't this wallpaper make you terribly depressed? I'd have the blues from morning till night.
No, I've been very happy with this wallpaper. I've been happy with everything for 3 weeks.
Yes, I know.
You're going to love him, Mama. I can't wait until tonight. Oh, look at the time. I'd better put these dishes away.
I just can't help wishing he was something besides a lawyer.
What's wrong with lawyers?
Well, lawyers always smoke cigars and wear dark gray suits.
James smokes a pipe, and I've never seen him in a dark gray suit.
He can't be much of a lawyer. And even if he is, they don't make good husbands.
Now, Mama, is that a fair thing to say?
Well, you can't tell me that a man can spend the day fooling around with loopholes and tricky language and then come home and give his wife a straight answer.
No. Oh, Mama.
You'll ask him why he's late for dinner, and he'll wherefore and whereas you till he's blue in the face.
Mama, stop it. You haven't even met him yet.
And I'd like to hear what your father would have said about your marrying a strange lawyer whom you've known for only 3 weeks, who claims to have a family up in Canada that nobody's ever seen.
Mother, you're being ridiculous.
Ridiculous, am I? You're ready to give away your life to a man you've known only 3 weeks. 21 days.
Well, it is an awfully short time, I admit.
For all you know, he may have a wife and children somewhere. All right, go on, laugh at me. But learning to live with another person is the most difficult thing in the world. Even with a man you've known for years, let alone 3 weeks.
I know, Mama.
Your father was a wonderful man in all the big ways, but there were little things about him that nearly drove me out of my mind. Just little things, but I had to live with them.
For instance?
Well, Oh, it sounds silly, but he used to put ketchup on his eggs. I never told him, but if there's anything that takes away my appetite, it's eggs with ketchup on them. It happened every morning of my married life, and I could never eat breakfast until lunchtime, and it wasn't funny.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mama.
It's things like that make marriage unbearable when you find them out too late.
Well, it didn't make your marriage unbearable, did it? You've always said Father was a devoted husband.
Yes, but I might have found a devoted husband who wasn't devoted to ketchup on his eggs.
But, Mama...
This man might have habits that would make you miserable. You'll be married a long time, dear. And a long time with the wrong man is... Well, it's a long time.
Yes. Yes, it is. Mama... I'm going to be sensible about it. Yes, I'm going to find out a lot more about James. You know something, Mama?
What, dear?
I must have been more worried about this than I thought, because suddenly I feel relieved.
When I left Anne that night after proposing, I couldn't wait to get home and tell Tony. I was walking on air. Well, for 2 blocks, anyway. Then the elation suddenly evaporated in the cold night air, and the events of the hallway became unreal, and I was alone with the disconcerting fact that I'd asked a girl to be my wife. I got butterflies in the stomach, big apprehensive ones with wildly flapping wings. Why hadn't I kept my big mouth shut? At least until I considered the consequences. I was scared stiff. I crept into bed, trying not to wake Tony, but, well, sleep was impossible. Oh. Take it in the first place, As some men just have to face it. 3 o'clock.
What did you say?
Oh, you awake, Tony?
Awake? You know, Junior, when I agreed to share this one-room paradise with you, I didn't bargain for your nightmare. What's eating you, anyway?
Tony, I feel terrible.
Hey, wait, I'll turn on the light. Why don't you take a bicarb or a couple of aspirins?
I wish it were that easy. Tony, this is serious. I asked Anne to marry me.
And then what'd she say?
I don't want to get married. I'm not ready.
Easy, Junior. We all have to go sometime.
What got into me? Why did I ask her? I can't get married now and take on all that responsibility. I must have been out of my...
Now, let's not get excited.
How am I going to get out of it? It'll break her heart.
Then I take it she said yes.
No, not yet. I'm sure she's going to. And then what am I going to do?
Marry her.
What? You're the guy who always said that when a man becomes a husband, he stops being an individual.
Oh, I say a lot of things. I'm very clever.
You remember that night on the subway when you picked out the married men by the way they looked? Depressed, harried, shabby.
Yeah. We were real wise guys, weren't we?
Tony, you're not helping me. I thought I could count on you, but...
Sure. I said, and I still say, if a man marries the wrong girl, it's the end of him as an individual. Okay.
That's what I said you said.
But if he marries the right girl, it may be just the beginning. Sometimes it works out. Some of my best friends are married. My mother and father, for instance. And didn't you tell me your parents were happy?
Yes, but my father was the type who needs to get married to be happy.
What type are you, Junior?
Tony, I'm not what I seem. You know, conventional, conscientious, disciplined. Underneath, in me anyway, there's a streak of primitive wildness.
Oh, no.
Tony, this is very serious. Honestly, I don't think I'm the type to be satisfied with a domestic life.
Why not? Even Tarzan had a mate.
Oh, stop kidding me, will you? I'm sorry I ever started this.
Don't be sorry. Maybe you're right. Could be you're a born bachelor, and that's it.
Then I'm back where I started. And what am I going to do about Anne? I kill her when I tell her I've changed my mind.
I don't think it will.
Tony, she's crazy about me.
Maybe. But she's a good-looking girl. She won't be heartbroken for long.
Oh, Anne's not a coquette, Tony. When that girl gives her heart, she gives it for keeps.
Maybe, but don't worry about it. One of those handsome models she meets in art school might find a way to make her forget.
Oh, no, not Anne. No, she's not impressed with muscle.
Okay. So she'll meet some brilliant artist. She'll have more in common with an artist than a lawyer anyway.
Oh, I don't know. Some artists are practically inarticulate.
I won't argue the point, Counselor. I'm going back to sleep. Try it yourself.
No. You can never be happy with an artist.
Go to sleep.
Too level-headed.
Good night, Jim.
Good night. Tony.
Yes, Junior? What now?
Tony, if we get married before your vacation, will you be my best man?
Mama, please promise me you'll be nice to James when he gets here.
Of course I'll be nice to him. Why shouldn't I be?
I know, but don't be too polite.
Well, now, maybe I'd better not meet him at all.
Oh, Mother.
Of course, I warn you that I mean to find out something about any man who wants to marry my daughter.
Naturally, Mama, but please be discreet.
He needn't think that because you have no father, he can pull the wool over people's eyes.
He's not trying to pull the wool over anything.
Don't tell me about lawyers, dear. After all, everybody knows that a law...
Oh, there he is. Now, please, Mama, please keep an open mind. I'm sure you'll find James charming.
Go on and let the man in.
I can tell by the gleam in your eye, but...
All right, I'll let him in.
No, I'll get it.
And your slip showing.
Oh.
Anne, darling.
Hello, James.
How could I ever have doubted?
James, no, not now. I mean, there's Mother.
Mother? Oh, of course, your mother. How is she?
Very well, thank you.
Mother, this is James. James, this is Mother.
How do you do, Mr. Wallace?
How do you do, Mrs. Caldwell? Can't tell you what a pleasure it is to meet you at last. I've looked forward to this for such a long time.
3 weeks.
Well, Anne has told me so much about you, I feel I know you.
Yes, that's very nice. Anne, dear, could I see you in the other room for just a moment?
Now, Mother?
Yes, please excuse us, Mr. Wallace. It's just a little family matter.
Oh, that's quite all right.
Mama, did you have to do that?
Close the door.
What is it, Mama?
You never told me he was so short.
Oh, Mama.
You can't trust short men. They always have chips on their shoulders.
5'7" is not really short, and besides, a man's height has got nothing to do with anything.
Your Uncle Jonathan, who ran away with the elephant girl...
I'm not staying around another second. Are you coming out there with me, or shall I go alone?
Your Uncle Jonathan was only
I'm opening the door, Mama.
But I'm just trying to take the place of your father, that's all.
Well, that little morsel of feminine business is over with. Sorry, James.
Oh, that's perfectly all right.
You know how women are, Mr. Wallace.
Oh, of course.
Are there many women in your family?
Well, not in my immediate family. I have no sisters.
Oh, then you don't know how women are.
Well, I guess I don't.
I was just wondering because you said you did.
Would anyone care for a cup of tea?
I'd love one.
What about you, Mother?
Not just now, thanks, dear.
I believe I'll join you, James.
Oh, good. Just a little milk.
There.
Thank you.
Perhaps Mr. Wallace would care for something a little stronger, dear.
Oh, no, this is fine.
Oh, come now, Mr. Wallace. Wouldn't you rather have whiskey? You don't have to stand on ceremony with me.
Really, Mrs. Caldwell, I
James
rarely...
doesn't drink whiskey, Mother. But I may start any minute. James, have one of these cookies. I think you'll like them.
Oh, they look delicious. Thank you. Well, Mrs. Caldwell, this is your first trip to New York?
Oh, my, no.
I think New York is just a bit too noisy for Mother's taste. She's a farm girl at heart.
Well, I can appreciate that. When I was a boy, I used to spend my summers in a farm in Saskatchewan. Stayed with my aunt. Never forget those days. Something wonderful about a farm, isn't there, Mrs. Caldwell?
All there is to a farm is a lot of hard work.
Yes, of course, but I mean, the kind of work that keeps you young and strong.
It killed my mother at the age of 58.
Anne, could I possibly have another cup of tea?
Oh, certainly. Mother, are you sure you don't care for anything?
No, thank you, dear. Mr. Wallace, how is it that...
How about a cookie, Mother? They're very good.
No, thank you, dear. Mr. Wallace, I understand...
Would you like me to make you a sandwich? I have some cheese.
I'm not hungry, dear. Mr. Wallace...
Excuse me, Mrs. Caldwell, but why don't you just try calling me James?
I will, Mr. Wallace. Just as soon as it feels comfortable for me to do so.
Oh, yes.
You didn't know that I had such an old-fashioned mother, did you, James?
Well... You know what they say, old-fashioned things are the best things.
Really? I never heard anyone say that.
No? Oh, I thought it was quite a well-known saying. I've heard it often. I believe I've read it, too. I can't remember just where. Anne, could I have some more tea?
Certainly.
I was about to ask, Mr. Wallace, what brought you to New York?
Well, I came here on a visit while I was at law school.
Harvard, incidentally, Mother.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes. I came down on a visit, and I just fell in love with this city. I was fascinated by the idea of living in the midst of so many millions of people. Don't know whether that makes any sense.
I know what you mean. It's a perfect city to hide in.
James wasn't looking for a place to hide in.
Oh, I wasn't suggesting that he was looking for a place to hide. I was just making an observation. Tell me, Mr. Wallace, I hear that New York is overloaded with lawyers. Can a young man really make a living here?
Well, I think
by living, I mean 8,000 to 12,000 a year.
Well, I tell you, Mrs. Caldwell,
Mother,
it's not...
I hate to interrupt this interesting conversation, but we've run out of tea.
Yes, well, all right, go ahead, dear, and make some more. Mr. Wallace and I have lots to talk about.
Yes.
Oh, that's the point. I need him in the kitchen to open a jar of olives.
Well, I don't like olives, thank you.
They're for James. He loves olives.
Will you excuse me, please, Mrs. Caldwell?
Oh, certainly. Andy, we need more hot water.
Hot water? I'm in it up to my hairline.
Oh, James, I've never been so embarrassed in my life. How do you feel?
So I just lost 2 falls out of 3.
I'm terribly, terribly sorry. I had no idea she'd act this way.
She'd only stop calling me Mr. Wallace.
She's never been like this before. She's really very sweet.
I'm sure she must be.
She's terribly worried because we've only known each other 3 weeks. You must try to understand.
Believe me, I'm trying. But have you any idea what it feels like to sit there and be taken apart?
Now, don't make it worse than it is, James.
Have you any idea what it feels like to be
You just
questioned?
asked that question.
But this is a nerve-wracking experience.
James, are you sure you aren't dramatizing it just a little bit?
I never dramatize anything.
Well, never mind. It's perfectly normal to dramatize.
I don't care whether it's normal. I don't do it.
Oh, you have a temper.
Anne, I'm sorry.
I didn't know that about you.
I wouldn't say that I had an abnormal temper.
Perhaps not. Still, you have a temper.
Anne, how long have you had this habit of repeating things?
You see how little we know each other. You see?
I'm sorry, Anne. I guess I'm upset. Anne, when are you going to answer my question? Will you marry me?
Oh, James. Mother was right. There are so many things that people must know about each other if they are to have a happy marriage.
That isn't true. If they love each other, they can work everything out.
That isn't realistic. What about the little things?
What little things? Children?
No. Suppose you're grumpy in the morning or don't like canaries or something. Do you like canaries?
No, I don't.
You see, there you are.
Why, do you like canaries?
Of course not. But suppose I did. Just suppose I were mad about canaries and you couldn't stand them. We'd be miserable, don't you see?
Anne, come here.
No, James. This is very important. This is something we must stop and be very cool-headed about. Tomorrow evening, you and I are going to sit down and find out all the things about each other that we haven't discussed. Agreed?
Oh, Anne, why do we have
Agreed.
to go through... Oh, all right. Agreed.
Now, James, we must have an objective and logical conversation. Is that understood?
Yes, Miss Caldwell.
You're being facetious.
No, Miss Caldwell. Just good-natured.
James, if something that's important to me is just a joke to you, then there's something seriously wrong between us.
All right, dear. Actually, I think it's important, too.
Oh, I hope you do. I really hope so. Now, I've made a list of things, and if you think of anything else, just ask.
Right. You comfortable in that chair, darling?
Please, James, there will be no affection.
Sorry. By the way, where's your mother?
She's out shopping.
More likely a police headquarters, seeing if I have a record.
James, you're being frivolous.
No, darling. Simply apprehensive.
Now, let's look at the situation dispassionately.
I'm sure we agree on everything.
Well,
I feel it.
That's what we're here to find out. Now, 1, do you sleep with the window open? Well?
Do you?
You must tell me.
Oh, I always have the window open.
You do?
Well, always. How about you?
I can't sleep if there's a draft.
You can't?
No.
Well, after all, what's a little thing like a window? We can always close...
No, James. No, don't make light of it. It's an important difference between us.
I suppose so.
It's vital to find out these things now. Now, let's go on.
That's probably the only point on which we disagree.
2, are you untidy in the home? I mean, do you drop things all over the place, or do you like to be neat at all times?
Oh, suppose I've got to be honest.
You must.
At home, I'm a pig.
Dear.
But I could change so easily.
Oh, no, it's easy to say so. But we can't change our personality.
Anne, we can compromise.
Compromises never work. Now, do you like modern furniture or period?
Well, that's easy. Period, of course. Just looking at that modern stuff makes me uncomfortable.
Oh, James! What a narrow-minded attitude to take. We must go forward, move with the times.
Forward? I've sat on stumps that had more grace than...
No. I'm sorry, but a person who prefers archaic period furniture to the clean lines of the future must be old-fashioned and stuffy.
Oh, now, listen to us.
It's no use pretending. We don't agree on anything. We'd never get along. It'd be ketchup and eggs on a bigger scale.
What was that?
Ketchup and eggs.
Oh, I like ketchup and eggs.
You see, we'd irritate each other to death, and don't say we could change. We couldn't be happy. We'd be uncomfortable. You know it.
Oh, I don't know. None of those things strikes me as critical. By the way, don't you like ketchup with eggs?
No, I don't. You see how irritating it would be to face such differences when there's no escape?
All right, Anne. You win. Let's just call it off. Perhaps you're right. If you are, we're lucky we found out about the differences in time.
We've been very sensible.
We certainly have. You know, Anne, you're a very bright girl. Very pretty one, too. Actually, what we've done is unusually intelligent.
Yes, it is.
I felt very depressed about it at first, but I love that perfume. But now that it's over, well, it's a great relief.
Yes, I know what you mean. It was something that had to be done.
You're right, darling. Absolutely right.
No matter how painful.
Yes, and Anne, now that we've done it.
What?
Can I have an answer? Will you marry me?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes, yes, yes.
And so the marriage took place.
And we moved into a modern house
With some 18th century furniture.
and closed bedroom windows. Good night, James.
Good night, darling.
This was the first episode of The Marriage, a new radio series starring Jessica Tandy and Hume Cronin as Anne and James Wallace. Anne's mother was played by Muriel Bremner. Tony was played by Charles Flynn. Music was conducted by Joseph Galicchio and composed by Emil Soderstrom. The Marriage was directed by Milton Merlin and presented by the National Broadcasting Company. NBC, the National Broadcasting Company.
That's it for this week. We'll be back next week with more old-time radio. I hope you can join us then. Till then, this is Jim Dolan thanking you for listening. The RTC Weekly Download is produced by Chris Stone and Jim Dolan.